Everybody, to the first edition of LPGACam, and I'm here with Wendy Ward. Well, not here with, she's 12 hours ahead of me and thousands of miles away in Thailand. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
You say it's your first time in Thailand. What are your initial impressions?
Well, it's similar to our trip when we make to Hawaii, except a little bit further and a little bit warmer.
What's the jet lag like? I mean, how long have you had to prepare for this, and are you kind of up to speed on Thai time?
You know, jet lag doesn't seem to be a huge problem for me. I've got some great advice my rookie year 15 years ago from Laura Davies that said, you land wherever you land, you set your watch to the new time, and by golly, that's just what time it is. So it seemed to be adjusting well.
It looks like from the history of this event, you have to go really low over 4 rounds to win this thing, either between 17 under or 21 under. What's the plan of attack for this week to do that?
Well, you know, it's funny, my caddy and I were talking about that this morning, that this tournament, you know, I think it was won last time at 20 under, and it just seems like the course is set up a little bit longer, and it's at least the way it's playing for me, and I feel like it might not quite take 20 under. You know, I think 3 or 4 under a day, maybe more like in the 12 to 16, but the greens are firm, so it's kind of tough to be real aggressive in the pins. So, you know, I don't think the scores are going to be quite that low, but it'll still be a good golf tournament.
What's the vibe that you get from the limited field that you have here? Obviously, you have a great field assembled as the first of a little more than 24 events this year. What's the buzz from the field? Has everybody excited to get started again?
They are. You know, it's always fun that first week or two back out on tour. It's kind of like homecoming and a little reunion for everybody, seeing each other again and what you do in the off season, catching up. But I think everybody's really raring to go. You know, for most of us, our last event was in November at the Tour Championship, and we've had time to rest, time to get away from it, and time to get back, you know, in the swing of things again. So I think everybody's pretty anxious to get going in tournament play.
There was a Beth Ann Baldry piece today in which you were quoted about the potential for the LPGA Championship to be sponsored again by DuPont. And it sounded like you were very happy about that potential news. Can you talk a little bit about your enjoyment of DuPont?
Well, I've got some great memories of DuPont. I think I have a couple of third-place finishes, one of which I kind of think should have been a win, which would have given me my first major championship. But like I told Beth Ann, it was still very good memories of that golf course. It sets up well for my game. And like I told her, the winners that you see from that championship that was played there, Julie Inkster, Sayre Pack, Laura Davies, Kelly Robbins, you know, all top athletes on our tour. And, you know, so I think it goes to show that DuPont definitely is the caliber and quality of a golf course, you know, to hold a major championship.
Well, there's a long time between the LPGA Championship this year in Rochester and this first event here, but you have a significant Asian swing going on. How do you plan for the next few weeks and then get ready to come back stateside?
You know, it really, for me, is getting the rust off. I spend the winters up in Washington State and then kind of sneak down to Arizona and work with my coach down there. And so for me, it's just kind of getting back in the swing of things. I played Singapore as well, great golf course down there. I'm just excited. I think all of us are just excited to get playing again. Our year kind of gets off to a little bit of a slow start this year, and so you really try and take advantage of the weeks that you're out and rest up on the weeks you're home.
One last question for you, Wendy, and we'll wrap up. What is the one thing that you're looking to work on this week to get the rust off?
You know, it's kind of all around. I know it sounds cliche-ish, but it's kind of my all-around game. You know, hit solid shots versus you know, just kind of mediocre shots. And these greens are ones that they can get a little long as far as the depth of them, but there's certain sections and there's false fronts, so you do have to be pretty precise with your shot making. And the greens are rolling fantastic. They're very true. They're not really grainy this week. So, you know, for me, it's just a matter of trying to play and trying to score again, because I've hit a lot of balls. I've hit a lot, you know, done a lot of short game practice, but now we get to play the game, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Well, Wendy, thanks for joining us, and best of luck this week.
Thank you so much.